What's happening, guys? Today, I'm going to the worst KFC in all of Ireland. This is KFC Briar Hill. Now, this place has a whopping 1.5 out of 5 stars, and I actually used to work in KFC when I was in school, so if anyone's qualified to rate it, I think that's me. But before we risk our lives, let's see what the reviews have to say. Worst place I've ever been to. This is the worst KFC I've ever been to. The service took more than an hour, none of the tables are clean, and there's no heating. Avoid at all costs. Where do I start? Walking in through the front door, rubbish on nearly every table, dirty floors, and the place was a mess. Great. Won't be back. Service terrible and food below average. You could count the number of chips given on your fingers, and the service was very slow. I guess we'll have to put that to the test. Awful. Dirty premise, terrible food, awful service. What a joke. They literally stared at myself and my friends while we waited for our food. One of the girls asked for extra sauce and they made a big deal of it. Showed zero personality from the minute we walked in, and the food was horrible. Got 10 chips as a medium-sized meal. Again with the chips. Never again. I'd have been quicker if I bought a fertilised egg, raised it as my own, killed it, and cooked it. Over an hour queuing for it. Seriously, I've never seen anything like it in my life. Now, a lot of the reviews were talking about the drive-thru, so I think we'll put that to the test. But before that, I want to go in and check it out for myself. Well, it's filthy. The tables are stinking. They're covered in salt and trays and unfinished food. I know it's the customer's responsibility to clear up, but the staff also have to put some effort in to keep it clean and at least wipe down the tables after people leave. If there's one way to know what a place is like, check the toilets. Now, I'm not going to show you the actual toilets, but trust me, you don't want to see them. The floors are pretty dirty as well, and the hand dryer doesn't work, so I'm getting more and more scared about what I'm about to eat. Hi there, could I get a boneless banquet for one, please? Then could I get a Zinger Burger box meal, please? And can I get one piece of chicken? And a portion of beans as well, please? No, that's everything, thank you. Cheers.
Thank you. That's lovely deal.
What was that, sorry?
Zinger box meal sandwich.
Zinger box meal, yeah. Thank you. And why'd she ask after asking all of that? Okay. It's been about 5 minutes and we're still behind the same car as before, so the waiting times are proving to be true. Here we go. Maybe not. 33, 35.
You ready?
Cheers. I'll believe that when it happens. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers. We get straws. That was actually much faster than expected. That's great, man. Thank you. Good secured. Dinner secured. Now, don't worry, not all of this food's for me. My girlfriend's having some too, she just didn't want to be in the video. At first look, this honestly doesn't seem like the worst KFC I've ever had. I mean, the burger looks like it's been punched, but that might be because we were filming in the drive-thru. But everything else doesn't actually seem that bad. Until I picked up the chicken, and it's... I'm going to see if you can hear this. I mean, grease is literally dripping out of it. That's pretty fucking vile. That's not great. But other than that, not horrendous. And I don't know why everyone was complaining about the chips. That's a pretty decent portion to me. Yeah, I mean it's greasy and the burger looks like it's been punched, but it's KFC. What do you expect? It's not horrendous. I'm gonna try some of this and I'll let you know what I think. Right. First up, we've got our punched zinger burger that has more lettuce in it than Tesco, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. I quite like a lot of lettuce in my burger, but we'll give it a go. Right, I don't know how to feel about that. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's just not very crispy, uh, but it's quite dry, and I don't really know how the two of those have gone together. But it's not awful. I mean, it's dinner time at KFC. It could have been sitting there for quite a while. I'm not looking forward to trying this bit of chicken, but I'm gonna give it a go, and we'll just have to see. Right, it does look as though it's been cooked. It's just so greasy, like it's dripping down my fingers, and that's really disturbing. But all KFC's kind of greasy, isn't it? I do need another napkin though after eating one bite. Now the chips that everyone was complaining about, let's give them a go. They're not very crispy, but they don't look bad. Okay, first bite I thought that was okay, and second bite it felt very undercooked. Let's try another one. No, you see that one's grand. So it was just one bad chip. That's not awful. I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. No, the KFC gravy is a lot of people's favorite thing. Because I used to work there, I've seen how it's made. So I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's still good gravy. This one, quite watery, but let's see how it tastes. Okay, very watery, but it, yeah, that's really good. That's actually really good. It might be watery than more watery than it should be, but that tastes good. Now that's an anemic looking mini fillet, but it feels crispy, which is what you want. That's good. That is good. I mean, it's drier than Jesus's sandal, but at least it's not dripping with grease like everything else. What else have we got? It's pretty good looking wing. That's a good wing. That's a good wing. Do you know what? I'm conflicted, right? It's not what you'd expect, right? The chicken's really greasy, the burger's really dry, the gravy's really watery. But it's not bad. I mean, KFC is not great. You know, it's not Michelin star food. I'm not I'm not annoyed about that. You know, I've got way more chips than the reviews were saying. The staff were actually lovely. The queue took a little while, but again, it's dinner time. That's sort of to be expected. I'm gonna, I'm gonna have to put a lot of thought into this review. After a lot of thought, I started typing. Well, what can I say about Briar Hill KFC? If you read the reviews beforehand, you'd avoid it like the plague. But if you do find yourself going there, you might be surprised. Yes, the tables might be gross. Yes, the toilets might be dirty. Yes, there's more oil in the thighs than Saudi Arabia. But at its core, it's alright. You're not going to get Michelin star food. You might be a little disappointed. You might have wet hands. But you get everything you asked for. You won't have to wait too long. And if you're lucky enough to be served by Adam, you'll still leave with a smile on your face. 3 out of 5.